Hello folks, I am Ed Overstreet and I want to welcome you to the Night Sky Imaging YouTube channel. We are and have been working on M31. I took L, R, G, and B filtered images with a monochrome camera, the ASI 1600 Cool, and I did that in the last part of August, and we're processing that now. And we made some progress in part 1 and 2. We worked on the 45-second RGB image, and we took it all the way up to becoming stretched or non-linear. I think we stretched it using easy stretch, and we stretched it using the histogram transformation, and we'll pick one of those, if not both of those, and we'll process that data. We also took some 8-second just R, G, and B images for stars. And I'm going to prepare those stars for action. I was thinking I would do that next in part 3, but I think we're going to go back and just stay with our RGB image and go ahead and get it ready for the stars, and we'll stay preparing the stars until the last part, and then we'll combine them together, and hopefully we'll have an image that is okay, maybe even semi-good. Let's see. Let's head over to PixInsight. Okay, now let's see. Last thing we did was we prepared a Luminance. We prepared our Luminance layer, and we are ready now to work on our nonlinear image. We created a nonlinear image using the histogram transformation, and we also ran the script called the easy script soft stretch, and so we used that one, and that's this one, and this one looks like it's going to be the biggest challenge. Why don't we start with that one, and we'll go with the easy stretch. A lot of gradients in this, and let's see what we can do with it. So I think the first thing that we need to do is create a mask, and we're going to need to protect our galaxy, and at the same time we're going to need to work on the galaxy exclusive of everything else. Now I do know, and we are planning on removing all of these stars, but I want to get everything just right before I apply this luminance layer to the image, at which time we will then remove the stars and prepare the new stars, the 8-second ones, to be added back, these stars right here. So that's the plan. So I think the first thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up curves, and let's just hang on to that just for a minute. Let's get us a mask. Let's go down to utilities and game. Folks, if you don't have the game mask, I think I brought up, yeah, then go to this website. It's skypixels.at, and then /PixInsight_scripts.html. Take a screenshot of this, or you can Google von Hartmut Bornemann, and then if you'll kind of scroll down here, these are instructions on how to install them in PixInsight. And then if you come down here, you're going to see his scripts. Now I use 3 of them. I use the PSF image, which is very, very helpful when you're running deconvolution, because you have to create a star that is representative of your star field, and you need a point spread, and that takes some manual selection. Now, what Hartmut Borman did is he created a script that does that for you. And so it inventories your stars in your image, and it presents you with uh, a star that is representative of all your stars. So that's a very handy script to have. Um, Autocolor is extremely handy to have, and it's one of those. If you have it, you're really glad you've got it, and if you never have had it, you don't know how good it can be. But if you're not into the photometric calibration, and I can understand why you might not want to use it because it takes so long for it to run, particularly on drizzled images, then pick Autocolor by Hartmut Borman. It is a script that pretty much does the same thing. It doesn't plate solve, but it does search for white stars, and a black reference point, and green and yellow and blue stars, and it does a pretty decent. I don't know how to. It just does a good job, and so and I find myself using it as well. And then where is uh, uh, games in here somewhere, and that's the one oh, here you go, right at the top, the game script. So you make sure you've got that one. If nothing else, that and Autocolor are worth their weight in gold. So thank you, Hartmut, for doing this. Now back to picks. Okay, so this is the game script. It's for making selective mask, and so we're going to use an elliptical mask, and I'm going to go over here where it says ellipses, and I select add, and you get a little bitty one right here, and you got to change the size. So you just move it around, stretch it for the length of your galaxy or whatever you're doing, and we're just making a mask, a gradient mask, and over here make sure in this case that you have gradient mask checked, because the mask will gradate out rather than a sharp defined edge mask. And when you're done, go ahead and select OK. Shouldn't take long, and here's my mask. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply this mask, and I'm going to change the name to just Galaxy Mask, and let's apply it by dragging it to the bar, and you'll notice when you get over here that you get these two boxes, one inside the other. Then you've hit pay dirt. Also notice the color of the tab. As soon as you drop it, it changes to kind of a brownish reddish. We don't want to see this mask, so let's go to mask, and let me click on it first, make it active. Go to the mask and click on show. And right now there's no reason to keep this open, so we're going to just tuck it away over here. Don't delete it. Now we have the mask applied, and it's on the galaxy, so what we'll be working on is the galaxy. I think I want to start by working on the background, so I'm going to go up to mask, and I'm going to invert it. So now if we show the mask, you can see that the mask is protected. It's covered up, and everything else is subject to change. So, and there will be some change, modest change around this gradient. I could have made the mask a little bit bigger, but I didn't. And so we'll see how this mask plays out. We may recreate one a little wider. So let's untick show mask. Now we've got our curves. Let's get a real-time preview. And let's grab the RGBK slider, which is brightness and RGB, and let's drag this down. And we're affecting the background. And let's drag it down about there. And while we're down there, let's bring the saturation of the background down just a little bit to remove some of the color in the background. Again, we're going to be removing the stars, so I'm not too worried about affecting the saturation of the stars because they're coming out of here not to be used, although they're not all that bad. In fact, they're fine, but since I've already taken 8-second stars, we're going to use them whether these are better or not. You know, it's one of those things. I'm here now, so I got to do it. But there are a lot of images, particularly images when you're taking those with high focal length cameras or telescopes, like the 8-inch SCTs, where your stars are really pretty big. So it's great to have those 10, 15, 20-second stars on those telescopes that you can work with because they're tighter, they're smaller, and they have color and they're not blown out. And but at any rate, it is what it is, and this is what we're doing right now. So now it's time to flip the mask. So let's go up here to mask and let's invert it. I didn't mean flip. Up. Let's go back and bring our mask back to where it was. And let's apply the settings. I forgot to do that. And they are applying. Okay, now we're going to flip the mask and invert it. And this time we're going to reset. And now we're working just on the mask. And we're going to go to our RGB/K. We're going to add a little brightness to it. We're going to add some saturation to it. And just a tad bit of blue. Forget the background, just a tad bit. That's too much. Right there. And we're going to apply that blue. And come on, come on, come on. It is slow when you're dealing with these 2-time file sizes. All right, let's close that out. Now, I think I don't like the blue change I made in this. Again, don't pay any attention to the background, nor do you want to pay any attention to the background stars. So far, we are making some progress. Let's make some more progress in saturation. We're going to do something really funky here. I'm going to remove the mask, and I'm going to create a luminance layer from this. And I'm just going to call this LL saturation. Because it's my loom that I'm going to use for saturation. And I'm going to park this mask up here where the other mask is. And I'm going to bring down LRGB combination. And I'm going to reset everything. I'm going to grab this and put it in my loom channel. I'm going to uncheck this, uncheck this, uncheck that. And the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to saturation, and I'm going to bring it down to about 350. 360 is fine. And then I'm going to apply this 3 or 4 times. We'll just have to wait it out. And again, forget the stars. We don't care about them. And forget the background and the effect this is having on them. We're just primarily interested really in the galaxy, the galaxy colors. And I think I really screwed up when I added that touch of blue and curves. We'll see how long this video runs. I make them too long, daggone it. But if we get done in a reasonable amount of time, I'll work on that other stretched image that's got a lot more gold in it, and show you how to remove that color, get your color back. All right, so we've ran it. Let's do it again. Now it's saturating it, but it's also, I see where we're picking up some green in the gradient area where we ran the gradient, but we don't have the mask on. I actually could have left the mask on and just worked on the galaxy, but I'm not interested in what happens with the background or the stars. The mask is actually protecting the stars. Okay, now we got some saturation that's looking pretty decent. Let's do this again. I like it. This will be the last time. In fact, we may have to undo this attempt. It may be a little bit overboard. But this gradual application of saturation I like the way it works. We're about 90% there. Okay. Yeah. I wish I had some hydrogen alpha in here. Gosh, I do. But we really got to get rid of the stars because okay. All right. Let's go ahead and put that away. And now I want to make a clone copy of this because I'm about to do make a major change that's going to probably you may make or break this one. So let's go to, well, I should have left it open. Let's go to LRGB again. And we're now going to add the luminosity mask. So what we want to do is, where is our Loom Final? So let's reset this. And let's take our Loom Final and put that in. And let's uncheck this, and this. And we may, I'm going to back off the saturation just a little bit. And we want to add chrominance noise reduction now. So let her rip. It'll take a few minutes. Okay, it's at 99% and then it stopped on me. Come on, come on, come on. Alrighty. Well, ding dong. Let's see. There's our detail. I probably could have backed off of the local histogram transformation some. Stars do have some nice color in them. I think this is green right here. Let me see. No, it's about a little bit of everything. I'm reading the box where it says RGB, and I was thinking that was a color green. No, if anything, there's more blue and red than there is green. Huh. Um, and what do we got out here? This is more red. I wished I had a little more dust right here because there's another layer of dust coming down there. I wish I had that right in here. The galaxy doesn't look as thick as it can look. That may be because of my 45-second exposure. It's probably would have been thinking about it. I probably would have been better off taking maybe 60-second exposures or taking more 45 seconds to get more data and still stay with the 8-second stars. All right. Well, again, forget the damage that's been done to the background. Stars look okay, little blue bias, but we're not using them. So uh, right now, uh, we're going to end this video right where we are. Uh, the next video will be to remove these stars and then to take our RGB stars and take those from linear to nonlinear and prepare those to be added to the starless image, 45-second image. And then we will do our final tweaks, probably here, but we may move into Photoshop or Lightroom. And I'll show you some magic that can happen using either one, uh, Lightroom or Photoshop. At least it's magic to me because uh, when I figured out how to do it, I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy good, cool stuff. So, all right, uh, let's get this up, and I will catch you, I guess, when we do. This is part 3, so I'll catch you with part 4. We'll end this thing, and hope you guys have a great rest of the day and clear skies.